YouTube, it's Matt with Olympus Reptiles, and today we're going to see how much does it cost to play with balls. That's what we're going to talk about. This video comes from a viewer suggestion. Actually, it was a question that popped up in one of our other videos. I went to start to type an answer, and I thought, there is no way I can answer this just typing. Let's do a video. So I told me I was going to do a video on it, and here it is. And that is, what does it cost to start a breeding project? If you wanted to start a breeding business, hobby business, whatever you want to call it, you know, what's it going to cost you to initially get started? And we're going to go kind of on the low end, because I believe in starting small, getting your feet wet before you invest into what you see here. You know, Rome wasn't built in a day. This is definitely not Rome. Rome is in Michigan when it comes to ball pythons, probably for the largest collection I know of. But this, you know, this took time. This is a work of years for us. So this is definitely not overnight. So I want to stress that first. But let's look at what it would really cost for you to get set up. All right? So to do that, we got my Google calculator here. Which, so I can say Google, because this is YouTube. So it's Google. Actually, it is Google. And first thing you're going to need is caging. You're going to probably need a rack. I'm going to guess that rack for adults is going to cost you about $1,000, right? But before you get here, you're going to have to buy probably another rack. And here's why. You're not going to be buying adult snakes to begin with, most likely. Not at our prices, because we're going to do this on the cheap. So you have to buy another rack, but plan to buy this rack too. That other rack is going to cost you, that's right, about $1,000. That's buying brand new racks. You can probably get into that a little cheaper. I'll be honest. You could save some money there. Go up to $2,000. Now, the $2,000 gets you 10 tubs. We bought 2 of these, let's say, and I'm just ballparking it. And we bought a rack that can hold some hatching to grow-ups to get them to this size. So, we got space for 10 total snakes from beginning to adulthood. $2,000 spent. Now we need to get our animals, right? Let's say we're going to work some projects. I would recommend starting with a recessive project as well as, you know, some other genetics you want to play with. So let's say you start with a recessive project. I like doing about 1 to 3 male to females. So the first year I'm going to go in and buy het pied. Okay? Say those cost you about a total of $300 to get all 3 of those. So it's not all going to come at the same time. Then I'm going to wait a year and buy my male. It's going to be a visual pied male. So you get him for $350, and you may find him a little cheaper. Same thing on my other rack. I'm going to need 3 females to start. So when I grow them up, I want to have a plan of what I want to make. Let's say I decided I really like GHI. So let's get a GHI female. Let's get a lesser female, because that looks actually like a Mojave female. And then let's also get, oh, I don't know, Kurt, what's another female you really like? Single gene. Put Kurt on the spot. He hates when I do that. Let's say champagne, Kurt. No, Kurt hates champagne. He ain't touching that shit. Or poop. Sorry, Google. Do not demonetize this. I said poop. Poop. He ain't touching that poop. Let's say he gets calico, right? You like calico.
Yep.
So that GHI is probably going to run you a little more than most. You know, the Mojave won't be too bad. Is that what we said? A GHI, yep. A Mojave, and a calico. So let's say you get all 3 of those females for probably $400, right? Wait a year. Now we're going to get that power male, okay? You got a Mojave female. You got a GHI female. Did we go with a GHI female? We did, didn't we? And you've got a calico. Why don't we go with a 3-gene male? It's to knock it out of the park. Let's look for a GHI pastel Mojave. Follow along with me here. That's probably going to cost you, I don't know, $400 on its own. So, the reason I'm going with that 3-gene male is going to do a couple things. Again, this is where you plan your breeding projects. When you take that GHI Mojave pastel and you put it to your GHI, your female, she's going to make super GHIs, GHI Mojaves, Mojave pastels, you know, Mojaves, pastel, all kinds of things are going to come out of that, right? So when you go down to your second female, you're going to have all those things, same things going on, but you have a shot at bells. The problem with the bells in this scenario, this is the one that's going to screw you a little bit in my scenario, because I just like making bells. They're beautiful. They're all white. They're cool. These are going to be super Mojave bells. You're going to have the gray head. You're going to have a hard time telling if any other genes are in there. So you may be having to hold some of those back to figure out exactly what you got, because you could have GHI bells, you know, GHI pastel bells. So that's pretty cool. When you throw that down to the calico, calico is going to come into all that. Calico pastels look awesome. Calico Pastel Mojave, Mojave Calico, GHI Calico, all of those are going to come. So when you start hitting those breedings, you have a lot of cool snakes. You're going to have a bunch of like 3 and 4 gene combos you can make over here, and you're also going to have over here in your recessives, say you get 6 eggs a pop from each female at 6, 12, 18. If the odds play right, you're going to make 9 pies. You all tracking with me here? So far we've spent $3,450 approximately. There's a little more cost than that, right? You're going to have some electricity, and you're going to take probably 2 years to get there. So let's figure on $25 extra a month electric bill times, well, actually probably take you 3 years to get there total, times 36. That's going to be another 900 to the 3,500 we had before, bring us to 4,400. You're going to make some babies, you're going to make some eggs, you're going to need an incubator. If you go buy one or build one, building's obviously cheaper. Say you spend $350 getting that done, brings you to $4,750. You're with me here? We spent $4,750. So far our income is a whopping 0. Yeah, that sucks, doesn't it? This is a marathon. It ain't a sprint. Remember that. It's a marathon. So we're $4,750 deep. Oh, shit. Oh, poop! Sorry, poop! Google, poop. Oh, poop! We haven't fed these things. You have to feed these things for 3 years. That gives you 2 choices. One is you're going to have to find a bulk rat supplier. Okay? Bulk rat supplier. 2, you can breed your own rats. We're going to figure this on a bulk rat supplier. You'll be a little bit cheaper if you breed your own, but you're going to have some initial setup costs and racks and things like that too, but it will save you. But let's say bulk rat supplier, you've got, what did we say? We did 4 and 4. You've got 8 snakes. That's going to be 8 rats a week for 3 years. So you remember 4,750, Kurt, you got it? Mm-hmm. So you're buying 8 rats a week for 52 weeks a year. It's 416 rats a year. And you're going to do that for 3 years. That comes up to 1,248 rats. They're going to start off buying pinks and things. They're going to be buying smalls and mediums. So let's say your average rat cost, buying in bulk, be about 3.5. Brings you to $4,368 in rats. What did I tell you the total was before?
4,750.
Sounds good to me. That brings us to 9,118. We haven't bought litter. We haven't bought anything else, which we're going to have. Let's just go ahead and, for argument's sake, round that up. So in your first 3 years, buying 8 snakes, and the way I described in racks, you're going to spend about $10,000. Right? 10 grand. And what have you made? 0! That sounds like a horrible business idea. Sucks total butt. See, I did say butt that time, Google. I'm having problems with Google on their monetization thing. They keep kicking us out. And they review it, put us back in, so I'm kind of poking the bear. I should stop doing that, but I can't help myself. Well, let's talk about the good part. All right, let's talk about the good part. So let's say you have those babies. Say you do good. Those pies, you get 6 of them your first year. Or, sorry, you get 6 eggs a clutch. That's 18. That's 9 pies. Say you keep 2, and you're going to sell 7, right? So my math good? So minus 7 times 350. Huh. So now we're only down 7,750. You sell all those hets, that's going to be another, you got 9 more of them. So minus 9 times, we'll say an average of 75. Some will be male, some will be female. That brings you down to 6,875. We do the same thing over here. Okay, we have 6, 12, 18 eggs. You're probably going to average around $200 a baby there. Some will be more, some will be less. So that's a pretty conservative average. So let's subtract minus 18. Actually, you're going to hold 2 back, at least. You're going to hold 3 back. Let's have some more fun. So you're going to sell 13 babies at an average of $200 a piece. And you may be saying, wait, Matt, I'm going to average more than that with those odds. You are, but the 3 you held back are the best 3, and they're all female. So you're going to bring that down a little bit. So let's take that minus 13 times 200. Guess what? So coming into, now we are hit year 3. We spent all of our money. We have now produced our first year of snakes, sold our first year of snakes. Now we're down to only 4,275, but there's more. Damn it, you had to go to a couple shows to sell those snakes. You had to do some online stuff. You had to do some work. So let's say you spent $400 selling your snakes. So now we're down 4,675, right? But we still made over half our money back. if you're keeping track, we made over $5,000 that first year. So guess what? Actually, we made $5,325 if my math is good. So figure next year, we're going to do the same. That says negative. That's because you're out of debt. You actually now made $650 after year 2. Oh, but wait a minute. It's not quite right. You had to buy all those rats again. So you're going to lose another 25 times 12. Bringing you down to just negative $350. You're also going to have another $1,000 in just general cost, litter, vet bills, whatever you may have. And you're also going to have to buy another, what did we say, $4,200 I think it was, or $4,250 in rats. Bringing you back down to $4,900 in the hole. Okay, so you're still in the hole after that first breeding season. But see, next year you're going to make a lot of that back. So you still ended up, after year 2, after going into year 3, you're going to climb out of that hole. And here's the cool thing. This is where this really rocks. Remember those females you held back? Held back a couple over here and a couple over here. Well, same with those 2 pieds you held back. When you did the pieds, on your first 2 years breeding, first 2 years of production, and you made 9 pieds each, those 2 females you held back each year means that you're going to increase that. And those 2 females you had back, they're going to make you 12 pieds, because it'll be pied to pied then. So you're not going to miss anything. So you're going to actually over double your income on your pieds. Same thing over here. You held back some 3 to 4 gene females, put that male back to, make some more supers. Maybe you bought another male or 2 in there, you bought some more snakes. You're going to. Trust me. And that's where this business turns around. But the point that I want to make is when you ask me what's the cost of breeding, I just gave you what it's going to cost you in a quick nutshell. Those aren't scientific. To start this up. And I also showed you how long it's going to take you to recoup that cost. And even if all things go well, all your babies are hatched live, you're not always going to have that. All your females produce, you're not always going to have that. It's going to take you about 3 years to climb out of that hole. So that means you've worked your proverbial butt off for 36 months and got nothing. But the cool thing is it builds and builds and builds upon itself. So by year 4, you're going to work more, but you're going to make more. By year 5, you're going to work more, you're going to make more. And you've heard me say time and time again, I think we're going into about year 4 of production right now. Is that right, Kurt?
Yep.
And you've heard me say time and time again that Kurt and I have never taken a dime. And that was true. Kurt and I both actually got our first ever paycheck that we put in our pocket for the first time ever last month. So for my 4 years of work and Kurt's 4 years of work, we now each have $143 to show for it. Here's the sad thing on that $143. All these animals you see here, a lot of them I bought with my own money. Some of them Kurt bought with his own money. Our rat production setup, when we first had it going, Kurt paid for a lot of his own pocket. So we've all invested money that's countless over time. And I guarantee you, at this point, I haven't made that back. I haven't done it, guys. That's just the way it works. Could I have had I just stuck to the exact plan I gave you? Yeah, I could have. Then we go, oh man, this thing's so cool. Oh, look at this snake. Oh, it's awesome. I gotta have it. I just need this snake, and it's not gonna let me get it out. Stuck in the hide. So that's kind of what happens. There we are, little buddy. And you're like, oh man, I need it. And you're like, oh crap, it's expensive. Man, Tofino's aren't cheap. Oh, we made that money in the show. Let's go buy it. And you buy it. So you don't make that money back. It takes a very long time. So now you're probably saying, well, if that's the case, why are you still doing it? Well, because I see the future. And I'm in this for, again, marathon, not a sprint. When you go run a marathon, and you can look at me, let's be honest, until I haven't ran any marathons. So this is all like, it's just speaking. It's not an actual marathon experience. No marathons there, baby. Anyway, when you run a marathon, you don't sprint the first 2 miles, get ahead of everybody, flex your muscles, and then pass out and watch everybody pass you. No, you set a pace. And you see that goal, and you keep that pace, step after step. When your side hurts, when it sucks, when you're thirsty, you keep that dogged pace, and you finish your race. And that's what we're doing here. And for Kurt and I, where we're at in our race now, going into this year, as we've kind of rounded that bend, and I can see that finish line over there, I can say, hey, I'm going to make it. And that's the best feeling, and I know we are. So it's turning around for him and I. We're getting to that point of not just having to work, but being profitable. So that's going to be really awesome for us. And when I say that we haven't made that money back from our initial investment, that's probably true. But we also keep a bank account now. This is something I would strongly suggest for anybody getting into breeding. Save up your initial investment, put it in, and then don't plan on getting it back for a while. Part with that money, kiss it goodbye. When you sell snakes or do anything, put that money in a separate account. Okay? So my snakes have their own account. The reason for that is I turn around not so long ago and I'm like, crap, I'm out of rack space. Kurt, we got to buy some more racks. Kurt goes, all right. We go, we buy these 2 brand new tall grass racks I haven't even set up yet. But I will, so I got to move females over to them now. Because we have the money set aside to do it, so it doesn't become a financial burden. And so we have enough, and that we're going to stockpile enough money that we could run this whole thing on an entire year of no production without me having to open my own checkbook, take money out of my family, out of Kurt's family. Because that's not what we want to do. This needs to run itself. Anything above and beyond that is where we actually start to profit. And we'll make our initial investment back, and we'll make more than that. It's there. This is viable if you want to do it. But what you need to understand when you ask how much does it cost to start a breeding business, about that number I gave you over the first couple of years. There's some ways to shave some cost off of that, but you're going to spend close to it. But you're not going to make that back instant. This is a marathon. All right, Kurt, you got any questions? Anything I missed?
Yeah, just talk about how just to keep having fun with it and don't let it be more like a burden.
God, you do. You have to have fun with it, you know? If my fiance, which you all see Question Girl, she'd be down here, but she kind of injured her ankle and is icing it upstairs because she fell down the stairs outside the house. We've all done that here. You know if you ever come by. If she hated it and bitched about it all the time and made my life suck for it, then it wouldn't be fun. But she supports me in what I do. That's important, having that support at home. Having people behind you in your corner that believe in you. And you do got to keep it fun. That's why I always say breed what you want. People go, what's a good pairing for this? And, hell, I don't know. What do you want? What you want is a good pairing. Because you got to keep that motivation. You got to make it fun. You can't ever take yourself too serious. If I took myself too serious, this would drive me nuts, and also, this would drive me nuts. All you gotta do is look back at some of the troll comments, and usually I just make a crappy comment back to them and block, move on with my day, because I really don't care, and I kind of find it fun, and I get a good chuckle out of it. And then Kurt shakes his head at me and goes, oh my God, I can't believe you did that. Well, this is what I do to entertain myself, because if I took myself overly serious, and I took everything everybody said to heart, or people tell me I'm crazy for keeping snakes, or that, you know, I'm this evil person, or my favorite one is, oh my God, you keep snakes in a box, you evil human being, I hope you die. Whatever. You know, if I took myself too serious, or I let that get to me, or let that get me down, or anything, it'd be so difficult to keep motivated and keep doing this, so people want to be a part of this. So I don't. You can't be too serious. You got to make it fun. And the best part for me is, one, I love animals. This is my chill out zone. So when I come to relax, everything is just kind of true and real down here. I get to do it with my best friend and camera guy, Kurt. I got a fiance that supports me. She understands I'm going to be down here a lot. She even comes down here and helps every now and then. If I need her help, she will. I mean, I got that kind of fiance I can say, oh, hey, by the way, we go to town today. I got to stop by her shop and feed rattlesnakes. She just goes, okay, that's cool. So you got to have that kind of support, and you got to make it fun. Cannot be a burden. That doesn't mean it never will. Like, I know right now, I'm going to pick on Kurt a little bit, he's feeling a little pressure with all this, because that guy does archery league, he's got going on, family obligations he's got going on, and now we're filming every week one night, we're feeding late one night a week, and he's like, Jesus Christ, I don't have any time. But I guarantee you when he gets here, even though sometimes like, oh, this is going to suck, we start doing this, we start having fun, we start feeding snakes, we have a few laughs when a rat gets loose, or when one of us gets bit, or whatever kind of happens, and it's fun again, because you get to hang out with your best friend. It's great. It's like the best business in the world, and drink beer, and listen to bad 90s rock, whatever you want to do. So you got to kind of make it interesting for you. Kurt, you got anything else?
No.
Alright guys, finish my beer. One last sip. Finish my beer, and that means this video is over. I will hopefully see you next week. Let me know what you think. If I forgot some expenses, don't forget to hit like and subscribe. Kurt tells me I have to tell you that, so do it. It'll make him happy, and if he's happy, I'm happy. So let me know what I missed. Let me know what you think. Let me think my numbers are cracked out off, anything like that, and I will see you again next week.